Hi, my name is Christine,
And my name is Mary.
and we are sisters, and together we are the co hosts of this podcast, Dawson Cries. Welcome back, listeners. We did take a brief week off last week. Mary and I have just been crazy busy with life. Mostly good things, a lot of work, a lot of stress. Current events are as stressful as ever. Kills us to say it, but it's true. But, I really missed you last week. I know Mary missed you a lot last week. We need some time to unplug from the crazy life that we live in the current age and talk about Dawson. Go back to those early 2000 bliss days. And Mary, this episode is the perfect contrast to look back on how different time was back then compared to how time is now, just with the whole topic of this episode. I couldn't help but think about how this would have played out if it aired on a show in today's world, which is crazy.
Yeah.
To think about. We're going to get into it, but this episode, we're getting, our feet deeper wet into the deep, deep pool that is season 4. And this is episode 5 of season 4. It's called In a Family Way. And Mary's going to kick us off.
Yeah, I loved this episode. So far, I'm really liking and enjoying season 4. I think it's really strong. So this episode, it is a lot about the family. So I know Christine's going to be excited because she loves Mitch and Gail. And they are, very present. So this starts in the restaurant. All of the hubbub. Things are busy, chefs aren't doing things right. Gail is being a boss ass bitch. She's telling people what's what. And all of a sudden, a wave of nausea overtakes her. She's starting to feel a little sick. Dawson and Mitch immediately start giving her shit. They're like, listen, Gail, you've been throwing up in the bathroom. You're risking everybody's health by working sick. Do you want us to lose this fresh fish establishment? And she's like, I'm just going to start firing people left and right because you guys are making me mad, and that's what I want to do. And, then they, push her a little bit farther, and she decides, you know what, F you guys, I'm out of here. And she leaves. She's like, I will take the sick day, whatever. And Gretchen's just like, Gail, your wife and your mom, she's pregnant. I was like, Gretchen, mind your business. What? You are coming out of nowhere diagnosing someone just because they have nausea. And, she's your boss. I mean, that was, crossing the line, to be honest. But, that's what she did. And turns out her hunches are pretty strong. Because seconds later, Gail's taking a pregnancy test. And Mitch and Dawson are just awkwardly lurking outside of the door and making the most strangest small talk you've ever heard about the SAT. And Dawson's like,
this was funny.
You're the worst dad ever. I already took the SAT. And Mitch is like, oh, actually, you don't need to take it because I paid off your guidance counselor to fudge the numbers for you. So you're going to get a 1400 no matter what. We don't want to make it look too good, but just good enough to get you into USC, baby, film school.
Yeah, he's like, Dawson, you better brush up on those photography skills because that water polo gear I put you in and took photos of, that's going to need some doctoring.
Yeah, we're gonna need to edit that out just a tiny bit. Maybe we can get that creepo man who you're painting fences for to alter it for you since he seems to know all about photography. Man, this is great. This is a great intersection. I didn't even put that together until I was reading my notes just now.
Mary, well, that's really impressive. I was like, this is a good flow here.
Really good flow. Damn. Mitch doesn't know the first thing about his son. The son doesn't know the first thing about his fam. They are really not connected here. And Dee's like, you know what? Or Gail comes out. She's like, oh, I'm pregnant. I'm like, that was really anticlimactic. I thought, the way they drag stuff out, I thought this was going to be dragged out for, the whole season. But,
she was going to be like, I just couldn't pee with you guys by the door.
No, I guess that's a good point. You have to kind of find out that minute, but it's just, for some reason, it felt really anticlimactic. And then Dawson's just like, oh, peace, I'm going to go paint this guy's house. Bye.
I thought it was hilarious that Dawson was so clearly, like, jealous of a new baby, like a 3-year-old.
Yes. Oh, Christine, you're all high and mighty. You were so jealous when I was born. Hello.
Mary, I'm not special. Like every older sibling. We all get jealous of the babies. That's how we are.
Oh, that's funny.
But it was just funny because Dawson's like senior in high
like
school.
17. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, damn, it's your baby. I'm the special one.
He felt so unloved. Yeah, I was like, this is such a Dawson reaction. Take it very personally.
Yeah.
Mitch was happy though.
He was.
Just like, yeah, my hot wife's pregnant again. Mitch is back, baby.
Well, he just wants to, like, really trap her in this new marriage.
So cynical.
He's like, yeah, she's locked in for 18 more years. Yeah. Bob isn't going to be as sexy as he is now then.
Oh, my God. Probably not.
Hurricane Bob.
Hurricane Bob. Oh, yeah. This was quite a strong start. Wow.
Yeah. Very strong start to the episode.
Yeah. I gotta agree with you, though, what you said about season 4. I think it's been outstanding so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know season 3 has got a lot of lovers out there. Season 4 is kind of stealing my heart a little.
It's good. Yeah.
There's a lot to come, but yeah, it's good right now. So now I think we go to check in on what Pacey and Joey are up to.
Yeah, they're about to make a baby themselves, right?
Oh, there's a lot of family ways going on here, Mary. Yeah, they're like really making out hardcore.
It's getting hot in here.
But Pacey, I think this is when he kind of pumps the brakes a bit.
Yeah.
They're making out. Pacey's like, all right, Joey, I gotta stop us for a second. I think we should watch some TV. And Joey's like, no, I want to make out. I don't want to watch TV. Let's make out. Pacey basically is saying, well, you always get to decide when the cutoff is, like when the making out stops. I want a turn to stop it. So let's watch TV. And Joey's like, let me get this straight. You'd rather watch some dumb show than, kiss my lips. And she says it in a much better way than that. It's essentially the point.
Right.
And Pacey's like, Joey, no means no.
Right.
And then Joey thinks they're going to have a fight.
Yeah.
There's like a tone going on here. So Pacey and Joey marry. We don't get any bliss.
That was weird, right?
It was weird. It was weird.
Yeah. It was just like, because it wasn't like what you're led to believe Joey says, which is like, let's pump the brakes because I'm getting too excited. He was like, let's pump the brakes because, period. Like, no, I don't know, explanation.
Joey just stopped because it's like, I don't want to do more.
Right.
Or does she ever say why?
Yeah.
We don't know.
We don't know. And then Christine, I mean, I know it's not football, but Jack is being quite sporty. They're at soccer with Andy. And, Andy's all about, like she has a dad who can pay off the admissions, but she's doing it. Well, actually, you know what? Andy cheated on the SAT. So Andy's like Aunt Becky's daughter. And
that's so
she's
funny.
cheating on the SAT, and now she's trying to get Jack in the hard way. So she's trying to make him be a soccer coach to up his, up his resume. So they're
all
there.
about that resume. Yeah.
It really is. They're there with all these little kids. There's a little girl. I think her name's Molly. She doesn't want to speak. She kind of reminded me of me because when I was a little kid, I didn't do any talking. I let Christine do all the talking for me. Listeners, can you imagine? I talk all the time. I'm like, let me talk when I go on this podcast. But back in the day, Christine was my little spokeswoman.
Mary, again, that's the older sibling, younger sibling dynamic.
Yeah, is it? You think?
Aw. Yeah, I think so. Other siblings I've known, they were kind of the same. Not everybody.
Yeah.
But I've heard that from other people.
Yeah, like people would be like, Mary, what do you want to drink? And Christine would just be like, Mary wants milk. Which I think is pretty funny.
Oh, it is cute.
It is cute. But like Jack is he's actually really good with the kids. Even the ones that fucking hate soccer. So he's doing a good job.
Yeah, Molly's like taking a vow of silence until she can like quit soccer team.
Yeah.
She's like, F this.
It's like her parents are making her get ready for the SAT too. She's like,
oh, you know it.
She's like, I just want to be an influencer. Okay, I do not care about soccer.
Oh, yeah, it's not quite football.
No,
but you know, I'll take it. I'll take what I can get.
It's
so
English
sad.
Football. It's football in the rest of the world.
Oh, that's true. That's true. That's a
It is literally football.
It's literally, yeah. But it's not that American high school football drama filled.
The Minutemen.
Oh, I was so heartbroken, listeners, when I realized from Becca. Thank you, I guess, for telling me.
I know.
That's the end.
She was a little like too happy to tweet it. That's depressing news.
Oh, true.
You're like, oh, you're breaking my heart.
It was such a sad thing. I saw that and I was like,
oh,
I have to cry now.
Christine, no, leave that for Dawson.
I know. I tried. A little tears slid through my eye, but what can I do? Oh my God, yeah. So Mary, Dawson is. So I was confused. I thought like they all stood up to him and they were like, "You're a jerk, this old crotchety man."
Dude, me too. Graham.
Yeah, so
I thought Graham's put things straight.
Yes. Yeah, it was like, what's Dawson doing painting his house?
Yeah.
Like, I thought he was told off and it was settled. But no, Dawson's kind of a pushover and really a goody-goody.
Right.
But he, in some ways, not always, but he's painting the guy's house. And not only is he painting the house, this old man also has the audacity to just completely eviscerate Dawson's skills of photography.
He's just totally invades his privacy as well. He's like, oh, let me put my hand into your backpack, pull out your book, open it, and then dunk on it. Like, what? Like, Dawson's really getting rinsed.
Yeah, he's getting rinsed hardcore. It's like he's in the hurricane again. Just gallons of water dumped on him.
Hurricane old man.
Yeah, I didn't write his name down.
I think it's like Mr. Brooks, maybe.
Maybe.
But I could be wrong.
It's some dumbass name.
Yeah, this guy really is the worst. He reminds me a lot of Miss Kennedy, to be honest.
Yeah, well, yeah, if he's criticizing his art.
Yeah, he's like, this one's too cold. This one has no emotionality. This one's really amateurish. And I'm like, why the fuck does anyone care what you think? Just, like, go back in the house. Like,
you're like, do you take pictures? All you do is eat your
steak,
regular meal.
This is why you don't have any friends, because you're negative.
No one wants to go on your boat.
Yeah, who the fuck would want to hang out with you? Sorry, we're really earning our explicit rating. But who would...
Drop the F. Drop the F.
Oh my God, Christine, speaking of F-bombs and explicit ratings and parental warnings, I've been watching I've been watching that new show on Hulu, Pen 15, which is really funny.
That looks good.
Yeah. But it's like set in the early 2000s. And it has all this, like, I, like, downloaded the playlist on Spotify from it. And what's on it but the real Slim Shady. So I was listening to Eminem the other day when I was, like, walking home. And I was cracking myself up. And the funniest part is Eminem with this, like, high-pitched girl voice. And he's like, feminist women love Eminem. So funny. That's like an actual lyric in the song. Is feminist women love Eminem. And I'm like,
wow.
Oh, it just cracks me up.
That's pretty hilarious, Mare.
Yeah. So
Mare, you totally stan.
Weirdly I don't. But weirdly he comes up all the time.
Just that song.
That song. It's so iconic.
Feminist women love the song.
Feminist women love Eminem.
Oh my God.
Anyway.
I liked how the guys, his like critique boiled down to Dawson's photography having no spark.
Yeah.
And then Dawson's like, thanks for the cogent analysis.
I love the way Dawson phrases things. And I was telling Christine, I was telling you this off the pod, but James Vanderbeek tweeted actually about this college admissions scandal. And he tweeted, like, the thing he tweeted was referencing, I believe, the line that he says to Mitch, which is, I don't want your life. But the way he tweeted referencing it was like, the language was so Dawson, because it was like, if only there were a succinct way for a child to tell their parent that they didn't want to follow along in their chosen life path. But he was like using all this like big vocabulary to like get that point across. And I was like, oh, he's such a Dawson at heart.
Oh, D.
The dirty dog.
I love that dirty dog. Well, it was in his formative years. I'm sure it's stuck in his brain
It
now.
must have made an impact.
Oh, yeah. I would think so. You have to memorize all that shit.
Yeah, so true.
That's internalized.
So true.
Oh, I love it. I love him for it.
Yeah.
Mary, the next line I wrote down is kind of funny because it says, Joey's mashed potatoes are cold, and so is she.
Yeah, I wrote that down too.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was funny.
That
Like,
is
poor
funny.
Joey.
I mean,
Yeah, she's I think at the cafeteria eating gross ass lunch food. And commiserating with Jen about her love life.
yeah.
Or lack thereof. And Jen is so Joey doesn't really mention sex, but Jen knows. She's like, is this sex related?
Yeah, she's like, mashed potatoes, this is about sex.
Yeah, she's like, I get it.
She's like, I know a metaphor when I hear one.
Like, you want a mashed potato? Okay, I know what you're trying to say. I liked how Jen said, too, she's like, it's always about sex.
True.
It's like, Jen, you're so wise.
Just Jen.
Just Jen. I want to be your friend. Just Jen's friend.
Jen's friend.
That's like, if I just had one friend, I think I want it to be Jen.
I mean, she's the best friend on the show at this point. I mean, I wouldn't want to be friends with her when she's going to, like, talk shit about you at your funeral, but I do want to be friends with her.
You're dead. You won't mind.
Oh, yeah. But, I mean, the friend she is now is, like, really legit good.
Right, for sure. But Joey's kind of worried about sex because she doesn't know. She can't tell if she's ready or not for it. She's thinking about it. She wants it. She's just not sure if she's ready. And Jen is like, all right, you have to be all New York.
Yeah.
And go to the free clinic. Get your rite of passage like a real New York girl. And get prepared. And then you won't have to be as stressed. You'll probably feel ready.
Yeah.
You'll be ready to get it on. This was also pretty good advice. I was like, all right.
It was really good advice. And then they do this really good toast where they cheers each other to responsible sexual gratification. And they clink glasses with their Nantucket nectars, which really killed me.
Yes. Oh, they're like, to womanhood. Like, oh, girls.
Time to drink my juice.
Yeah, that was sweet.
Really cute. Oh my god. And then we're like dunked into real life. Mitch and Gail are at the doctor's office. And Mitch says he's not worried about Dawson. He hasn't even thought twice about Dawson. And I'm like, yeah, you guys never do. He's always the furthest thing from your mind.
He's like, oh, have sex on the couch? We don't have a son.
Yeah.
That'll walk in.
Exactly. Who gives a fuck about Dawson? But Gail is thinking very practically about this pregnancy. She's well aware that it's going to take a lot of money and a lot of time and logistics. And they're not getting any younger. And she's not sure if she wants to have the baby.
Yeah. They're having the real conversation.
They're getting real with it.
Right there in the office. Yeah, Mitch is just like, oh, Dawson's just in shock. Don't worry. But yeah, Mitch has no practical concerns at all. I feel like he's just starry-eyed, thrilled that she's pregnant,
But this
overjoyed.
has always been Mitch's problem. Like, remember with the whole restaurant scheme? If it wasn't for them breaking up, the restaurant would never exist because it was supposed to be Mitch's responsibility, and he never took any steps other than looking at that teacher who was like a creeper. What was her name? Tamara. Other than
Tamara! Man, I was like, are you talking about Tamara?
Creepy Tamara's lost. Christine, you're sick for liking Tamara.
Yes, I understand. I know. I like her though.
Oh my god.
But no, and it's true. Like Mitch, it wasn't even his responsibility. It was like his passion.
Yeah.
Like he seemed like real into it, and he still wasn't enough motivation.
I know. It's like if that's your passion and you can't even be bothered.
He made that like little model.
What did
but
he?
What is that? Like,
Yeah. What did Mitch used to do all day before he and Gail broke up?
Not a clue.
He didn't have a job, I don't think.
No, because he didn't start subbing, I think, until they split.
Until they split.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mary, I think he was a kept man. Gail's
I think
making
so,
all that
too.
money.
Get it well taught.
Mitch is like, yeah, he's another little D to take care of.
Yeah.
He's probably got a big D, but you know.
Oh.
Oh my god. So yeah, they're discussing what to do.
Yeah.
And Gail brings up abortion.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it went there on the show. I was kind of surprised, honestly.
I was surprised too. I wasn't expecting it.
No, I wasn't. And this is kind of what I was referring to at the beginning of the episode with like, it really just made me think about how this would have been talked about today, just because it's so polarizing. I mean, back then it was super polarizing too,
Yeah.
but right now we're just in a different time. So it's like, where's this gonna go?
It
How's it
does
gonna be handled?
almost feel like it's more polarizing now than it was.
It does to me, anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is a weird sensation.
yeah,
but
very weird.
that's how it is.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
So then we're back at soccer practice.
Oh my god.
And
this is crazy.
one of the players' older sisters, who says she's 20, but looks about 36.
No, she says 28, I think.
Oh, I thought she said she was 20 or 21.
Oh, I heard 28. Maybe I heard wrong, because I was like, 28? That's so much older than 18.
I thought she said I'm 21.
Oh, okay. I hope so, because I was like, damn, girl.
Yeah, that's old, but not as old as tomorrow. Boom.
It's not. And Jack is legal, so there's that factor,
Yeah,
too.
he's 18. Yeah. So, well, anyway, this older sister, she's hitting on Jack hard. And Jack, he's trying to be polite he's doing what a lot of women do when they get hit on by people they're not interested in, where they say things like, I'm shy. Or like, I have a girlfriend.
I have a girlfriend, exactly, yeah.
But this creepy lady is laying it on thick, and she doesn't want to take no for an answer. And
She refuses to read the signs and
Yeah.
just take them for what they are.
it's like she's having a different conversation than the one that's,
Yeah.
one that's taking
She
place.
can't. She just wants to get that sweet faced Jack all for herself.
Jack. Yeah,
Yeah,
Jack
poor
is
kid.
cute.
He's very cute.
This
He's
lady,
sweet.
though, really, no means no. Like Pacey said earlier in the episode.
I know, like Pacey even gets
Yeah, finally.
Oh my god,
Oh
it's
my
uncomfortable.
Yes,
yeah.
it is.
If it were me, I hope I'd be like, well, I would. No, I know I'd be humiliated. I would run away.
Immediately.
But I could never hit on someone that hard, that obviously.
No, not unless I had some clues that they were into me.
Yeah, and maybe like a couple drinks for it. Maybe like an eggnog.
Yeah, not in the cold, harsh light of day at soccer practice.
It's soccer practice in the morning.
Of all
in the, like,
places.
bright sunshine.
Oh my
yeah.
God.
Yeah, what does she expect him to do?
Like, what do you
Take
say?
her,
What do you say? You and I get out of here. He's
take her
like,
by the bleachers?
It's
Yeah.
only like the second inning or whatever. I don't know how soccer works, but it's
Like, there's kids here. Yeah, I'm not sure either.
yeah, it's kind of brutal.
So that's no football. I can't do the ESPN commentary breakdown for
Right.
soccer. Oh, sadly.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so that's happening.
Yeah. Well, then we have Gretchen and Dee hanging out. I don't know why they're hanging out, but they are.
Is it because they're at work? Is there like a work break or something?
Yes, yeah, that's right.
I
Yeah.
think that's it, yeah.
And Gretchen likes Dawson's photography, and either she or Dawson say sheer genius begins in mediocrity. basically,
I wrote that down too. I love that.
I like that too. Like basically saying like, you know, unlike what Miss Kennedy or this stupid baby boomer guy thinks, you just gotta start
Baby
where you're
boomer.
at and slowly get better and better. That's how it works.
Yeah, I feel like I've been hearing this on podcasts and elsewhere about how the myth of like, oh, some people are just geniuses, they're just born geniuses.
Right.
It's like, no, they had to study. Like Einstein sucked at school. You know what I mean? It's like kids get intimidated when they think, oh, if I'm not born a genius, I can't be smart.
Yeah, and you just give up.
Yeah, so good job, Gretchen. You know, he always needs some encouragement.
He does. He needs to be lifted up because he has
He
parents
really-
who neglect him.
Poor Dawson. He's so jealous of his new sibling that's a baby. Oh,
Oh
he's gonna
my
be so
God.
outshone.
Yeah.
But yeah, he tells Gretchen that he's upset about the baby, but he's really not. He's not. It's not because he's jealous. Okay, Dawson, whatever. I don't know if I believe you.
Yeah.
But he says he's upset basically for the same reasons that Gail is.
Right.
Because his parents they don't have a lot of money, they're getting older, you know. These are factors to consider. Gretchen, Mary, I know you would love this. I loved the way she handled this. She says, well, Dawson, maybe you should think about, if you feel all this, think about how your mom is feeling.
Yeah.
Like, it's not all about you and your feelings. Like, your mom's the one who actually is, like, living the reality right now. I thought that was a very important thing for her to say.
Yeah, think about your
Dawson
mother.
Definitely needed to hear.
Yeah. It's not all about you.
It's not about you, little D.
Yeah. Dawson's
white
just
boy.
like running around the town like, "Ooh, what about us? What about all na, 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 na." It's always all about the D in his mind.
It's for sure nothing but the D. It's his creek. I mean, come on.
I know. Well, when you own the whole creek, it's hard to keep things in perspective.
I know. It just like goes right to your head.
Yeah.
Mary
my
Joey,
God.
girl. Whew, this was a
Damn,
crazy
Joey's
scene.
at the clinic. I mean, she's getting every awkward question in the book. I mean, okay, this nurse is really too much.
Is it a nurse or a doctor?
I felt like it was the intake nurse.
Oh, okay.
I feel like when you go to the clinic, they like ask you. I mean, maybe you've never gone to the clinic. They.
Oh, I've been to the clinic.
Yeah, of course. They just.
But I just didn't want to insult her and call her a nurse if she was a doctor.
Oh no! I just feel like, well, you always like the first person you speak to is a nurse. And they ask you a ton of intake questions.
Yeah.
Because I thought she said that they were scheduling her to have like a pelvic exam for next week. But she had
That's weird. I feel like, I've never had to, like, go back.
I don't know.
Well, it's been a while. I don't... Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah,
whoever this medical practitioner is, they're going to make it so that Joey never has sex ever in her life. Because, I mean, okay, I totally get it. Like, you do have to be prepared for every outcome that's possible in sex. Of course. And you have to be able to talk about it. But, like, I've been having sex for many years now. And a lot of the questions they ask you are still a little uncomfortable. Do you know what I mean? Because we don't talk about it in real life. So expecting someone to be totally comfortable talking to a stranger about it is a little bit unrealistic.
Especially a young person talking to an adult.
Right.
A young virgin.
Right.
And having, like, her friends aren't with her. Like, she has no supporting person with her. It's just uncomfortable. And I don't remember anyone ever being this, like, invested. Like, they ask the questions, but they don't... I mean, maybe I'm lucky. I've never had anyone, like, where I felt really judged.
Oh, my God, yes. Yeah, because I was thinking about that, too. Because she asks her questions like... are you in a monogamous relationship? And she's like, yes. And she's like, is your partner being monogamous? And she's like, I mean, I think so. And she cracks a joke about it. And can I tell you, I was like I think so, but who knows with these New York assholes. Like, too, like, my intake person once, and she was like, oh, yeah, I know. Like, they're not gonna, like, judge, like, you never know. Even when your partner says he's monogamous, like, you don't know. People cheat on each other all the time. Like, have safe sex. That's the moral of the story. Like, if you're having safe sex, what's it, you know what I mean? Like, you just never know.
Oh, for sure. I mean, yeah, even every time, like, you get your yearly whatever,
Yeah.
you get that test, and, the doctor's like, oh, so, do you feel like you want to get the test? I'm like, oh, yeah, I don't trust people. Like,
I don't trust
they tell you one
any
thing.
of these guys.
Yeah, and my doctor's like, oh, yeah, so you gotta verify. This is fun. Like, she was joking, too.
Yeah, you gotta look out for yourself.
It's like, it's my health. Of course I want to test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just, I mean, also just like, yeah, they're like, if you're not ready to talk about, having unprotected sex and doing oral sex and doing anal sex and doing all kinds of sex with a total stranger, then you can't have any sex at all, even a hand job. Forget it. You're not ready. It's like, no, that's not true. Like, there are degrees of things you can do. There are comfort levels, and just because I don't want to tell you, an authority figure right now, and a total stranger,
it's not like you have to ace an oral exam before you get to receive oral sex.
It feels that way though, doesn't it?
It sure did from this scene.
And I mean, I was like terrified of sex growing up, and like I'm not gonna say that was a bad thing, but
I think that's normal.
Yeah,
and to be like curious and.
Right.
And, like, wondering when and if you're ready. Like, that's all normal.
Right.
Yeah.
But, like, if you take the step, I mean, a lot of kids don't take the step to do it safely.
No, Joey is, like, above and beyond
and
doing
she should really be applauded, and she should be given good information.
Yeah,
and
yes.
I don't feel like the information she's being given is good. Because she's like, there's so many scare tactics about STDs. Like the intake person tells her all these things, like, she basically is like, you're gonna get pregnant, like stuff like that. Yeah, like,
do you know, like, chlamydia is on the rise and syphilis too?
Yes.
Like,
and I'm like,
yeah.
But then right after that, she's like, oh, you know what? There's nothing to be afraid of. And I'm like, you just told her a dozen things to be afraid of.
Yeah.
And then, well, I mean. And then she tells her to smile.
Mary,
like, oh my God. Like,
you might as well be a guy on the street,
you're
lady.
Like, gaslighter. Like,
yeah.
What the fuck? It made me so mad.
It also made me mad how she expected Joey to come in knowing everything. It's like, if you want to educate. Don't just, like, berate her for not knowing.
I know.
Like, God knows America's public sex ed is awful.
Yeah,
like,
this is the problem. Like, it shouldn't fall on, like, clinics. So, like, yeah, but, like, it should be something that's taught in school, but it's not. And these clinics are there to give you accurate information and to help you make decisions, not to tell you what to do.
Yes.
Which is basically what happened here.
Yeah. That was a very upsetting, disappointing scene, I have to say.
But you know what? A lot of times trying to talk to an adult about sex is upsetting and disappointing. So, yeah,
I guess what could you expect?
Yeah. What can you expect? Well, I'm glad we're on the same page about that.
Oh my God, yeah, I was a little bit traumatized.
Yeah. Oh man.
It's just, yeah, the only thing that would have made it worse is if there were a male doctor / nurse.
Right. Oh, I mean, that would have been like, wow. I think we would have been screaming.
Cringe.
I mean, especially about the smile stuff.
The smile? Good Lord, yeah. It reminded me of the scene in Mad Men when Peggy goes to get birth control.
It really was pretty similar. Which is
It wasn't all that different. It really, I know.
Yeah.
It's like, ooh.
Yeah, when Peggy goes, that's a different show.
Listeners, if any of our listeners are afraid to go to the clinic, go. It's not like that.
Yeah, go. Oh my God, Christine, you know how you always think of Mad Men, that line where he says, we're all feeling the darkness today?
Every single day.
You know what I think about all the time?
What?
It's late in the series, maybe like season 6, when he's on the date with the woman from Freaks and Geeks. And
Oh, yeah.
they're at the restaurant, and she's already called off the affair, but she's agreed to go on a date with him. And he, she orders wine, and he's like, why don't you bring over the whole bottle? And she's like, well, you're not drinking. And he's like, yeah, but I know you enjoy this wine. She's like, I'm not going to drink a whole bottle. And he's like, I don't know how obvious that is. It's like my favorite line. I don't know why. I think about it whenever I'm drinking wine. I just imagine someone being like, why don't we get a bottle? I'm like, obviously, I'm not going to drink a whole bottle. I don't know how obvious that is. I just love it. It's totally irrelevant. But, you know.
Mary, you know, sometimes you just got to throw a Mad Men anecdote / quote out there.
Yeah, and I thought of it, and then I thought of you, and I was like, I gotta bring that up.
I'm glad you did. I know. I keep like going back to it. I've been rewatching it.
Yeah.
I love it so much. They just started Sterling Cooper Draper Price.
Wow, well, there you go.
Yeah. The show is brilliant. Anyway, listeners, that was our brief Mad Men podcast.
Yeah.
Brief interlude. Then, Mary, where are we next?
Okay,
are we back with Pacey and Joey?
No, we're back on the soccer court.
Oh, yeah.
And Jack is getting more and more fed up with this creeper lady who won't stop hitting on him. And he goes to Andy, and he's like, listen, this lady, she's like one step away from reaching her hand down my pants, checking out the merchandise. And he's like, and Andy's like, oh, just tell her you're gay. And he's like, well, I would, but I don't want that to get me in trouble as a coach. And I was like, wow, that's like a real shame that he has to worry about that.
Yeah, so this is one example of how the times have changed for the better, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think that would be so much of an issue.
I don't think so. I mean, maybe in some places for sure, but...
Yeah, but probably not in New England.
No, oh no.
Right.
Yeah, I felt bad. Poor Jack.
No, I love Jack. He's my favorite. He's like one of my favorite characters now.
Jack is really good.
Yeah. We were definitely hard on him earlier. But that was when he was like Mr. Silly Girl. And
he's come a long way.
Yeah, he's gotten a lot better.
Jack Attack.
Jackers posing nude for pictures.
Oh,
yes.
I think someone... Did Andy call them Jackers again this episode?
Yes, she did.
Oh.
It's so painful.
It's like, kill it. I don't like it.
Yeah, come up with a new nickname.
Jack Attack is a good one. Keep that.
Jack Attack is not a good one.
Jack Attack is my fave.
Jack is a nickname in itself. It's already a nickname.
What's his real name?
Probably John.
Do we know for sure?
Jack. Are people named Jack? Isn't it always a nickname?
Oh, I don't know. It could be, but some people maybe
Is it
have
short for
the name
Jackson?
Jackson. Yeah. Well, I guess that character from Gilmore Girls is his name Jackson.
Yeah.
That's the
Maybe
only
it's
Jackson
short
I know.
for
Jacob? That'd be Jake.
Jacob. Maybe it's short for Jackington.
Oh, Jackington. Yeah. Jackson. Oh my god.
Well,
John.
anyway,
I feel like John Jack probably, but anyway.
it feels very nicknamey to me.
Yeah.
Like you don't need more. You definitely don't need Jackers. Okay.
Jacker. You never need Jackers.
Both of those nicknames are longer than the name, which defeats. Just call him.
Come Ja.
Call him Jay.
Ack.
Just call Ack. Or what's their last name? McPhee.
Yeah.
Jimf.
Ooh. Very.
J-Mac.
J-Mac. Oh my god.
Mac for McPhee. Sub out the J, add in an M.
Oh. All right. Anyway,
I think the point we're trying to make is you do not need a nickname. So
no, unless it's Jack Attack.
stop trying to make Jackers happen. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, do stop. Jackers is
High school
terrible.
boys, stop giving yourselves these stupid nicknames.
No, I think it's all the girls gave it to him.
Well, still.
Anyway.
No, the first one who brought it up was Will, I think.
Oh, I thought it was Jack's ex.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
It's like, get her off.
Yeah. Let's dump that nickname.
He's gay. Haven't you heard? I'm a horror child. Haven't you heard?
Oh my god. That's another
That's
Mad
a Mad
Men
Men
reference.
quote, yeah.
Oh
That's
my
a deep
God.
cut for the hardcore
really
Don
deep
Draper
cut.
fans out there, yeah.
Oh my god. So, okay.
I think I just spoiled a big plot point.
I think you did. So, we're back in the dark room. Dawson's chilling down there because that's where he feels most alive.
In the pitch black.
In the dark room. But he goes up to see his parents. And he wants his parents to know that he's changed his reaction to the idea of them having a baby. And Mitch is like, hold up. We're not going to have a baby after all. Your mother has considered all the facts. She can't go through it all again. There's the issues of money, there's our age, and all the pain that's been caused in the past. And Gail just says, this is my decision, and I've made it, and now this discussion is over. It's like, good for you, Gail.
Yeah, that's a lot of maturity. A lot of, it's a lot of responsibility. It takes a lot of strength to put that all on herself.
Right.
But it is her decision. And I respect that a lot.
Totally.
Yeah, this was an intense scene.
It was.
I was also happy to see Dawson apologize for his initial reaction.
Yeah.
I mean, that was good. That was good of him to do.
A rare Dawson apology.
I know. It's like, wow, look at this.
You don't see it every day.
You don't.
Usually it's a lot of... He didn't even flip his hair at all beforehand.
No, he didn't flop either.
I know. I'm afraid he's outgrown that phase.
The flip, his hair's so long now. It would be more of like a mermaid swish. I hope we get to see him do that in the creek one episode. Ooh.
They haven't done any swimming in the creek. Oh wait,
No,
yes he
they
did.
swam at the beach.
Didn't he do it with Jen when they were skinny dipping?
Oh yeah. Oh
That was
yeah, that was fun.
I miss Wild Child Jen. I feel like Drew. I'm like, come on, Jen, do the
Drew Valentine. Gonna loosen Jen right back up.
Missed him this episode. Is he gone?
I don't think so. I don't know though. Who knows? He could be.
Who knows? They dump
he got
characters,
accepted to Yale, so he's out. He's on the water polo team.
He's joining the crew team, and
Yeah,
he won't be back.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he would definitely be the type.
Yeah. Oof. Oh my god. So then we cut to Mitch and Dawson. Can I just say they are basically wearing matching shirts right now?
Oh, I didn't notice. That's funny.
They're wearing shirts that are the same cut and the same color. They're just like slightly different patterns, and they just look so funny. And Mitch is attempting to make peace. But Dawson's being all men's rights, obviously. And he's like, how do you feel, Dad? What do you want? And Mitch is like, listen, Dawson, your mom and I, it took us 3 years of trying before we could have you. And then we tried for years and years, trying to have more babies. And it just didn't happen for us. And, you know, well, all I could think was, wow, Dawson was really the best sperm in a lot of bunches. Like, how does that happen? I was like, damn.
Slim pickings, I guess.
Yeah, but, like, Mitch always wanted a big family. Can't you see Mitch with, like, 10 sister wives? Like, doesn't he seem like the type?
Sister wives?
Can't you see Mitch being
I could
like,
see him.
I just have a lot of love to go around.
Oh my god.
I can see it.
I feel like I could see him with 10 kids running around easily.
Yeah, but remember when he was talking to his friend with the earring and he wanted to, like, be in a polyamorous relationship?
I think he was just trying to, like, get even.
I just think he's the personality type to, like, have a bunch of sister wives.
I don't know. I honestly don't see that as much. Because Gail's so strong and he's so attracted to her.
If he wasn't with Gail.
If Gail were more of like, I don't know, like a sister-wife type.
No, maybe. I'm saying if he never met Gail, if he wasn't with Gail.
Maybe.
Like,
yeah.
when you see not, like, forget, like, the show. Just, like, a guy like Mitch. I mean, maybe it's because I've watched a bunch of the shows. Like,
oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I could. It's hard for me to imagine Mitch out of context.
Yeah.
Too.
I guess that's fair. He just kind of reminds me of this one guy on like a sister-wife reality show.
Oh my god. Those, I know, I have watched that with you once.
I know, I really like to watch it.
It upsets me. I can't watch it.
It's like just so much. It's like hard for me to wrap my mind around.
I know, I just feel so bad for those women.
There was like one summer when I was home from college and all I did was work at a Ruby Tuesday and watch Sister Wives, and I was like, I gotta get out of this town.
Mary, I'm so glad you got out of that. You're like...
it was funny.
That was like that's like the gateway drug right there.
I know. But then Mitch is like, but you know what? My house is filled with love. And my life is full. And he has gratitude for what he has. And that's pretty important. It seems like he has good perspective.
Yeah, Mitch, I props to Mitch for this whole scene, this whole reaction, the way he's handling Dawson.
Yeah.
Because he tells Dawson, like, it's your mom's body, it's her decision. You have to respect it. I respect it. And... you know, you get what you get. You know, you're not entitled to anything. So if your mom decides not to have a kid, you just have to appreciate what you do have. Like, your life can be full regardless. I feel like that's what Mitch was trying to communicate to Dawson. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
Did you notice the quote that was written on Dawson's wall?
No.
So there's a quote that's painted on his wall that says, "People are about as happy as they make up their minds to be."
Dawson, it's true.
He
needs that reminder.
I could see you being into it.
Yeah, I think life is what you make it. I think, yeah. It's true.
He does. It's funny to imagine Dawson painting that on his wall.
It is. He needs to be told it. It's true.
He really does.
So Mary. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Bessie is doing the laundry. She's mad at Pacey's stinky laundry stinking up their washing machine. Yeah. And she's like screaming at Joey about it. She's not there. And Bessie's like looking through Joey's drawer, putting her laundry away, and she finds her little sex bag.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
Some Durex in there. I don't remember what else. Yes.
Durex. British condoms.
Are they British?
I thought so, but maybe not.
Oh. I've seen them in the U.S. Oh.
No. Well, there you go.
They're international.
This kind of international love. This kind of reminded me that where the frig is Pacey living? We don't know.
Is he on the boat? Yeah, where is he?
Because he got kicked out of Doug's.
Because Gretchen's still in town.
Yeah, where? Oh, but she was looking for a place the other day.
Oh yeah, maybe she found one.
We don't know where.
Is Pacey back with Dougie?
I don't know, but if his laundry's at Joey's, then
maybe he's on
the boat.
Maybe who knows?
I don't know.
It's an unimportant detail, apparently, to the writers.
Where he lives. Yeah, it seems kind of important. But, like, Jen was homeless for a while. Like, I feel like they just make these children homeless, and it's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this just happens. Everyone's homeless.
Absolutely crazy. Oh, my God, this girl's flirting again with Jack. She can't pick up the signals. Thankfully, Andy cockblocks. She's like, that's my boyfriend. And then the woman's like, I thought you were his sister. And she's like, oh yeah, I'm his sister. I'm like, Andy, you changed the story.
Dude, Andy, yeah.
You say, I'm your sister, and then you do a big fake fight.
You
don't admit you're the sister.
I was mad at her too. I was like, Andy, come on.
Come on.
You know how to lie? You cheated on the PSAT.
Yeah. Do some improv. Didn't you direct a drama show?
There you go. Yeah.
So then she's like, oh, well, actually, I'm just like looking out because his Russian girlfriend, Natasha Boyardee, is hella jealous type, and she will kill you. And I was like, the what? Like, oh my god, this was funny.
This was funny. Oh, the
Natasha
thing.
Boyardee. That's almost as bad as Matthew Calamari.
That still cracks me.
Although no one's gonna think Boyardee is a Russian name.
I like Jack like mouths to her Boyardee.
That's really funny.
Like it was so funny. Oh my god.
My god.
They tried. I mean, they really failed.
Yeah.
Caroline sees through the bullshit act.
Yeah.
Goes back and forth. Eventually, Jack has to end up just telling her he's gay.
I know. She like forces him to tell her.
Yeah, I was like, well, all right, there it is.
Because it's so out of her, like, so out of her field of possibilities that a guy just wouldn't be into her.
Yeah, it's like, come on, everyone's been rejected. Like, you gotta know, like, you're not wanted here.
Right.
Ugh. So that happened, Mare.
Ugh. And then she, like, pretends, oh, of course I knew that. I'm like, just walk away. Take the L and walk away.
Take the L, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Get off the field, lady. Oh, Mary, this scene.
It's heavy.
It's real heavy. It happened by the creek, like they all do.
Too true.
Yeah, so Dawson meets Gretchen down by the creek to have a little talk about abortion. Okay, so before the big reveal happened, I was embarrassed, but I was like, oh my god, I get it now. And then, of course, Dawson's like, oh, I wanted to talk to you about this because I think you know what my mom is going through. So we do learn the reason Gretchen's in Cape Side.
Right.
How
did Dawson know? Is he some sort of psychic?
Well, Mary, I was thinking as he was saying, I was thinking about like the episode, and there were some clues. Like Gretchen knew right away that Gail was pregnant.
Yeah.
Number one, she had the symptoms herself, so she could recognize it. Clue number two was how she encouraged Dawson to think from his mom's point of view.
That's true.
Because she was thinking about how hard it was for her, probably. Was like, well, I know how hard it is for your mom. So those two things, I think Dawson was like, oh, I think I know why.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Dawson figured it out, and he, just wanted to understand why his mom was going to have an abortion.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the reason. He's like, I wouldn't have talked to you otherwise about this, because it's very personal. But Gretchen kind of shares her story with him. She was with her college boyfriend in the back of his car. She got pregnant to fucking Leonard Skinner.
Oh, sorry.
I
like visceral reaction.
I know, Mary. You're like Gretchen. She hates Leonard Skinner. I kind of like Leonard Skinner. I like "Simple Man" is a beautiful song. It's very moving. But I wouldn't say it's like I want to, conceive my child to it.
Right. In a parking lot outside of a dorm.
Yeah, none of that is like ideal. So Gretchen, she was like trying to make her decision, make up her mind. Eventually, it comes out she really didn't have to make a decision because she had a miscarriage. But then she was saying, you'd think I'd be really relieved and happy, but I ended up just feeling guilty. I felt like I got off easy, and felt guilty for then feeling relieved about it.
Right.
And she was sad that she was put in the position to even have to make a decision. But Gretchen, any woman, you might be in that position at some point in your life, through your fault or not,
Right.
So don't beat yourself up about that. And then Dawson, thanked Gretchen for trusting him. And he told her that, I won't tell anybody about this. And she said, I know you won't. So
yeah, it was nice to see them connect. And it was nice to hear I was really happy that we got to hear more than one perspective story about this issue. Because it's sort of brought to the forefront now. Like, every woman on the show talking about sex. We have Gail, who's struggling with whether or not to decide to have the baby.
Mm-hmm.
Gretchen, who was struggling with it and then had a miscarriage. Joey, who is basically being told if she wants to have sex at all, she needs to decide what she'll do if she gets pregnant. Jen, who has had a complicated relationship with sex as well. Like, I feel like we have all of these characters now that are like, this is something that every woman has to think about. It's not some fringe issue. It's an issue for every woman. And even if you're the most pure, innocent, virginal person, you still have to think about it.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was nice how they weaved it in. And with like you said, like with Joey just starting, Gretchen having this issue, and then Gail, who's, had, and it was interesting too to hear they had such trouble conceiving.
Yeah.
And then in older age they do.
Right.
They probably didn't even ever think that would happen.
Yeah, that was interesting too.
Yeah, but you never know. It can.
Right.
Bodies are just, you never know. They're crazy. Yeah, this was a beautiful scene.
Yeah. I liked it.
Yeah.
And then we're thrust back into the Potter Inn.
The Potter B&B.
My body's back and you're gonna be in trouble. Hey, body's back.
Yay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, that was great to see him again. Immediately, they're having dinner with all these strangers who are guests at the inn. First of all, if I was owning a B&B, there's no way I'm eating with these strangers every night. Like, you have your own table. I don't want to eat with you.
I know. That seems like the worst part about having a B&B.
I could never do the hospitality stuff. We stayed in a B&B, didn't we, when we were kids?
Yeah, I've stayed with them before. I mean, they're kind of fun, but like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd feel kind of awkward. If I were the host,
Yeah.
I'd probably be like, why don't you just serve yourself? Have a
Right.
seat at your own table. Like, put up some individual tables.
Right.
That's more my style. I'm very introverted, though.
Yeah. Yeah, and Bessie immediately like makes some crack about Joey being tired from studying, or was it from banging and having hot sex all night?
Ooh!
Oh my god, so much side eye from the old white dudes at the table. Okay, I thought Bessie was all playfully asking about sex before. When Joey was on this boat trip, Bessie was all, did you do it? Did you do it? Like, asking her in, like, a really fun way. And all I could think was, like, Bessie is the new Grams because, like I said to you before we started the pod, Grams, she's all one way, and then the next second she's like, it was not my advice to sleep with a boy. But, like, actually, Grams, maybe it was. And same thing with Bessie. Like, yeah, you were all sex is great and fun a minute ago, and now you're pissed as hell just because you didn't know about it.
Yeah, it is a weird reversal.
I mean, she literally jumps to saying you're making the biggest mistake of your life.
Yeah, and in front of strangers. I'm like,
Yeah.
Bessie, come on. Like, what are you doing?
Uh,
I would never bring it up, like, in front of all these weirdos.
I know.
Randos.
So
I mean,
shaming.
yes, Bessie's supposed to be the business mind, too. Bad for business.
Bad for business.
Like, that's not fun for anyone.
No. And Joey, she has to defend herself. She's like, listen, I am the oldest 17-year-old in Cape Side. My whole life is consequences and responsibility, okay? And, she has a point. And then she storms off.
Yeah, if you're going to trust anyone, I would trust Joey.
Yeah.
Like, she's going to be careful. That's just who she is.
Yeah.
Bessie should know that.
Yeah. It's hard.
It's hard. It's emotionally fraught.
Yeah.
Tensions are high.
Right.
Anyway, we're back at the soccer pitch. I feel like that's the correct British way to say it. I don't know.
Good terminology.
Thank you, Mary. Well, maybe I will become the new soccer correspondent. Who knows? I gotta get my sports in somehow. it turns out 2 of Jack's players have quit the team because their fathers called each other and have decided that Jack is dangerous.
The fuck?
Yeah, fuck you guys. All the boy wants is to play some soccer and eat some pizza. Like, how on earth could that be dangerous? I was like, Jack, you're like an angel.
Screw these Cape-side parents.
Yeah, it's doubly sad because Molly, sweet little Molly, who hates soccer, but she's still there, is the one that has to break the news to Jack.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, man, all of his fears were proven valid. In other words. So, but it sounds like he's going to try to make the best of it, but he's going to have to live with people's misperceptions and prejudices.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Yeah, it's no good.
Oh my gosh. So then we've got a scene with Bodhi and Joey.
And Alexander.
Oh my god, baby Alexander is a toddler now.
Don't forget little baby
when
Alexander.
Did that happen?
Oh, finally. Well, I was waiting for something to grow. I was like,
he's big now.
Oh, he's cute.
He is cute.
Those little curls.
Yeah.
Alexander.
Are you happy to see it's not a white baby?
Yeah, it was like, and also finally, it's not a white kid.
Finally, yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, very cute.
This was a
very
sweet,
cute toddler.
Yeah, if you're trying to like scare someone against having a baby, don't bring your cute baby Alexander.
Oh, and also a baby that's like very well behaved.
Yes, it's like a little angel.
Like baby's like crying and screaming.
Yeah, that would underline your point very well.
Right.
This is like, give me that baby.
Yeah, but Joey's like, Bessie is being irrational. She doesn't know what she's talking about. She didn't trust me, blah, blah, blah. And Bodhi's like, listen, Bessie wants more for you than what she had. She wants you to be the one to get out of Cape Side. And
yeah,
I'm like,
she's like, you see me and Alexander? This isn't for you.
I know, but I'm like, isn't that kind of insulting to Bodhi?
Yeah, I know. I was like, he's the one delivering this
You don't want
message.
this life.
Yeah, it was odd.
You don't? Like, they seem pretty happy.
They seem like they're doing great,
Yeah. I mean, she's a business owner. Come on.
I mean, Bessie had it tough for a while at that restaurant, but the Ice House, but now she's doing well.
She's thriving.
She's got her Bodhi back. She's got
they
a
had
baby
$17K
back.
while she was
she's got that fat stacks.
Yeah.
That was funny though.
Yeah. And I mean, everyone is telling Joey she's not ready for sex, including Bodhi.
Yeah, I bet Joey's gonna have sex next episode.
She should. Fuck the haters.
I'm
and
ready,
fuck your
bitches.
boyfriend.
Yeah. I fucked.
Oh my god. Okay, Dawson is about to get real with you. He comes upstairs from the dark room. He shuts off the TV without asking anyone if it's okay.
This was a dramatic move.
Okay, can I just say, if I'm watching TV and someone comes up and turn it off, I'm going to be like, excuse you. What are you trying to do?
I was watching Dawson here.
I was watching Dawson. Okay, I've got a podcast to make. What's so urgent? So Dawson's like, listen, these are the facts. You are the best mom ever.
Oh.
And you are not a disappointment to me. I ship you, and I stan you as a mom.
That's a 2019 version.
It is. He's like, you gave me something so real. And, yeah, that's all that really is to be said, is that Dawson is, like, really into his parents.
Yeah, this was kind of amazing, because, I mean, part of the reason Gail... It came out, I don't know if we talked about this yet, but part of the reason it sounded like Gail didn't want to have the baby was because she was afraid of making the same mistakes again, or like messing up the kid's life again. And Dawson's like, if that's really what's motivating your decision, if that's the real fear, you shouldn't be afraid of it, because what I love about you so much is that you're not afraid of making mistakes and trying new things, and you just live life in a real way, and giving me something real has been so valuable. I was just like, oh, Dawson. And Gail gets like, oh, baby. She's crying.
Yeah.
It was really heartfelt, though. It was like, oh.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was nice.
I liked it. This is like getting to be one of our longer episodes, listeners.
Mary, I know. I'm like, well, I missed podcasting last week. So.
Oh my god, I know. We're making up for it.
I know, listeners. We miss you.
But this is a juicy episode.
There is a lot to unpack in this one. That's true.
Oh my god. Okay, so Pacey and Joey are making out again. And Pacey's like, oops, slow down. And Joey's like, okay, I respect that. And then she's like, but it's curious. Are you just trying to turn the tables on me? And then he's like, oh, no, I was only kidding. And I'm like, oh, what? And then she's like, you know what? I went to the free clinic. And I'm glad that I did. And she warns him that if he wants to manipulate her again, he's out the door.
Yeah. Mary,
I feel like my notes aren't great because I don't know. I just wrote down like
no, Mary, don't. Your notes are always spot on, but no, that was exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Joey kind of got wise to Pacey's little reverse psychology tactic.
Yes, good point. Yeah.
Yeah, because she was like, "Well, Pacey, what do you think's gonna happen? Like, you start denying me, I get desperate, and then I just want to have sex right away."
Yeah.
That's manipulative.
Extremely so.
Like, I remember last episode, we were like, oh, is Pacey good? Is Pacey bad? This was bad. I have to say, like, yeah. And I have to say, too, Pacey, he had some, like, I mean, he's a teenager, but he had some, like, some pimples on his chin. And Joey calls him a hormone-filled, silly-ass boy, I believe. And I was like, he looks like one with the little zits on his face. Oh, Pacey. But yeah, she's like, if you manipulate me again, I'm out the door.
Yeah.
So.
Wow. Yeah, good for Joey for standing up for herself. Because, yeah, that is manipulative. I mean, I almost feel like Pacey wasn't even conscious that he was doing it. Like, I feel like it was almost subconscious manipulation.
Oh, that's good. Very well could be. Yeah.
You know, but it's still fucked up and, like, unacceptable.
Right. And I guess, like, he might feel rejected if she keeps saying, let's stop. Maybe he felt like...
Yeah, because his other partners, they kind of had sex pretty quickly.
Oh, they did. That's true.
You know, both with Tamara and with Andy. It wasn't really this big a deal.
Yeah, and Andy, I keep forgetting. Like, you think she would be freaked out. She didn't care.
No.
She
cared a bit, but then she kind of...
Her hormones were raging.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, man. So...
It would be weird if you were in high school and you lost your virginity to someone and then, like, one of your best friends started dating him shortly after.
Oh, my God. It would be really weird. It
would be strange.
Yeah. Luckily, that didn't happen to me.
Me neither.
Yay! We skipped that awkward thing.
Yes. Yeah, but I think they're gonna explore some non-pregnancy causing activities.
Oh, right. Yes, Joey kind of. Well, she said you could kiss me. It's like, Joey, that's what you've been doing.
I know. Yeah, but I think it was like ... on the spot. You know? Good. Okay. And then he kind of climbed on her. And I don't know.
Oh, good. Okay.
I think there's probably a little more happening than kissing.
I was just so let down by that. I was like, oh.
Well, they're not going to say, you know.
That's true. No, I won't say it on the pod.
Right. No, yeah.
We all know what we're talking about here.
We all know.
So.
Things that even DJ Khaled won't do.
Oh, fuck him. What the hell? I have to say, like, what is wrong with you? I had some wine. Maybe I'm ranting.
Yeah.
But, dude.
DJ Khaled.
I feel like he would like it if he tried it. That's all I'm gonna say.
You know, that's what people say about different types of food. You know, yeah. How do you know you don't like it if you haven't tried it?
Yeah, like come on. You're denying yourself one of potentially greatest pleasures available to you in life.
Oh my god. Christine, there is such a thing as an oversell.
Oh, well, maybe.
No.
I'm just saying, like, guys like to do it. So, Khaled, you'd probably like it.
This is a PSA for DJ Khaled if you're listening.
Yeah, DJ Khaled, just try it. Just try it one time. That's all I'm saying.
Oh,
And then if you change your tune, like, tell the world.
yeah, sing about it.
Be the change. Yeah,
Be
sing
the
about. Yeah,
change.
that'll be next hit.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's funny. I'm kind of amused we talked about this on the pod.
Oh,
Oh, anyway.
So-
Mary, Jack attack.
Jack attack
He's-
is spot. He's having a panic attack. He is spiraling out.
Before he is. He's gonna quit. He's considering quitting the team.
I know.
yeah.
Finally, Andy comes to his defense.
Yeah, Andy is trying to calm him down. She's really convinced that it'll blow over. She thinks the whole thing will blow over. Trying to get Jack to see that too, or at least, believe it. And Jack is just really, once again, upset and let down by these, what was that girl's name from the episode with the prom? Betty John or something?
Oh, I have no clue.
You remember the bad fashion?
Forgot
When he
about
insulted
that.
her look? Yeah.
About that woman. See, that's the thing about the haters. They're not memorable.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Haters just get
Forget
all
the
lumped into
haters. They
that
just
hater
roll
pile.
off your back.
Yeah. But Jack, I mean, it's hard because he's the one dealing with the hate.
It is. Yeah, but Andy's like, you got to stop worrying about the parents and their stupid hang-ups.
Yeah.
And, Jack, he needs some alone time, which is understandable.
Yeah, I would want some too. Like, ugh. Just gotta think.
Yeah. So then Dawson is over at Roger Ailes' house again. And, I hate this guy so much.
There, you're funny tonight. Oh.
Thanks. He's looking through Dawson's photos, and lo and behold, he deigns to give Dawson a morsel of a compliment on the last photo in his book. And what is that photo? A photo of Gretchen that is a tad out of focus, if you ask me.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a selfie of Dawson.
You did? I knew.
No,
I knew
I'm
before
kidding.
They
I'm
even
kidding.
showed it that it was going to be Gretchen.
I know. As soon as I saw him taking her pictures, I was like, oh, the guy's going to like those.
He took like 50 pictures of her without even like really stopping to look into the lens.
Yeah, Mary, we gotta say, prediction, are they going to get it on?
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Obviously.
Obvi.
Don't you think? Maybe
He
not.
loves her. I think he's super into her.
I think he's definitely into her, but I don't know if she's going to want to.
Well, she felt comfortable opening up about something very private. I feel like that connects people.
I know, but if she just had this bad sexual experience.
Yeah, but maybe she'll be more careful. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. I feel like I could see it happening.
I could definitely see it happening.
Yeah. Yeah, the guy's compliment was interesting too. He's like, "Oh, this is the first picture that shows some of your melancholy too." It's like very Smashing Pumpkins. I don't know.
Do you think that's true?
I don't know if I know enough about photography to say, judging on that photo. But sure, why not? That man seemed really confident about it.
Huh. Yeah,
And Dawson seemed inspired as he was taking the pics.
Yeah, he did. It's funny, I'm going to a photo show tomorrow.
You should ask if they try to bring their own melancholy into the photography.
Yeah, I can ask. Well, it's for a New York City street photography collective.
Ooh.
And it is a lot of like point and shoot stuff. where they just like point the camera and take a shot real quick.
Oh, okay. Mary, I'm gonna dare you to say that then.
What do I? Well, tell me during the dares because I already forget what it was. But yeah,
well, that's standard for us.
Yeah, of course. Oh my god,
I already forgot.
So then we have Joey and Bessie silently making up while doing dishes. Okay, I don't know if we've ever made up from a fight by not talking about it, but whatever.
No, Bessie like took the dish and started washing it for Joey, and all was forgiven.
I would throw that dish on the floor and be like, "Explain yourself to me."
No, we talk. Obviously,
yeah,
we talk
it out. Dee staring in the dark room like a creepster. Jack with a soccer ball, and Gail looking at some old photos of baby D. And we are left on a cliffhanger.
Yes, we are. That baby D brings us out.
Oh boy,
what an ep, listeners!
It was a roller coaster.
Wow, this was a great one.
Really good.
Really, really good. It went there. It was heartfelt. It was emotional. I laughed. I cried. I cringed. I sighed.
I yawned.
Yeah, I applaud. I don't know,
Let's talk dares.
Let's talk dares. Well, first of all, did you do your dares last week?
Girl, I did.
Damn, girl. That's awesome.
Are you surprised?
I am a little bit, yeah.
You gave me some really good ones. I mean, I really wish that I said New York is finishing school for cynics, but that's not the one I said. So I went home to visit Christine and my parents over this weekend, and Christine gave me There's No Place Like Home. So today I was texting our mom, and I was like, I miss you though. There's no place like home. And she said, now you sound like Dad. Because our dad is always saying there's no place like home.
That's hilarious.
So I did my dare.
Mary, very good. Very good.
Thank you.
I did not do my dare.
You had 2 weeks.
I know, and you know what? I thought I did, but I did one from the previous week by mistake.
Oh, well, that's kind of all right. What did you do?
So I was out to lunch with my coworkers, and they were asking me about the podcast because everyone knows about the podcast.
Yeah.
And I had mentioned like, oh yeah, it's great. I love it. I love our listeners. Our listeners are really into it. We couldn't record over the week of Valentine's Day because Mary was visiting. And I said our listeners were so funny because they said, it's the biggest betrayal of my life. Like the joke, because that was my dare and that was the Dawson quote.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I just said my dare.
Well, but then you were quoting the dare.
I was quoting the dare, but I also said it. So I was like, oh, this is going to count. And then it wasn't even the right week. So I was like, doubly wrong.
No, obviously. Becca was doing the dare from the week before.
Oh, I guess that's true.
Doesn't count.
Oh, I was so pumped too. I was like, I said the dare.
Well, kind of, but you crouched it and talk about the podcast and the show, so...
Mary, you're a stickler.
Yeah, that's a no for me, dog. I don't think it works.
Well, it wasn't even for the right week, so I know it doesn't. I know it doesn't count, but
yeah.
I mean, my dares, I had no opportunity to say salad dressing on the side.
Yeah, that would have been a good one.
The salad. Maybe I'll say it this week. I'll just say my dare's a week late.
Well, you're not going to get a point.
People are sheep. Any reason to celebrate. Oh, that's such a weird quote.
This isn't a funk. It's my personality.
It's my personality. Oh, yeah.
Well,
Drew
anyway.
Valentine. Yes.
All right. So this is like this is like one for the record books. This episode.
This is our approaching longest episode.
All right.
I think we had a 120. Just saying.
Yeah. So, yeah, these like podcast episodes are longer than the Dawson episodes, which is wild.
By a lot.
By a lot. All right. So, in this one, I'm going to give you gave me something real.
Ooh, I like that. I hope to receive something real.
Nice.
And then I could say the dare.
Um. Oh.
Mary, oh.
You can say, my house is filled with love.
Oh. Maybe I'll say that when I'm talking about my houseplants.
Oh.
I just watered them tonight. They look very nice.
Or you can reference a friend of yours who's named Natasha Boyardee.
That's really funny. My friend Natasha Boyer.
I think what's her name? Natasha Boyardee?
That's amazing. That's very funny. Oh my god. All right, Mary, what? I have a lot of quotes written down.
Oh, you do?
I do, yeah. Oh my god. I don't want to give you that one. Because it's kind of a rude quote. I could give you, okay, so let's say you're toasting your friends.
Yeah.
With your Nantucket nectar, or like wine or beer, whatever you want, but preferably juice. And you could say to womanhood.
Oh, to womanhood.
Yeah.
Nice.
To womanhood. What's another good one? You could say, oh, I liked this quote too. This was an old crotchety man quote. I think it was when they were talking about the photography, and like Dawson might have said something like, I think they're good. And he was like, we all have our illusions.
Oh, okay.
You could say we all have our illusions. Or at the photography thing you're going to tomorrow, you can ask someone or just comment and say, this really shows the photographer's melancholy too.
Okay.
Or ask the photographer if they try to bring out their own melancholy in their work.
Okay, so something about photos and melancholy.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, cool.
I think those would be pretty fun.
Awesome. Well, I do just... Oh.
Oops.
Okay, I dropped my microphone.
Mary, oh no.
I always drop something every episode. So I do want to give a shout out because this week on iTunes, we had a really nice review from a listener named Cheryl Lindy, who's been listening to the pod while rewatching the episodes, and they gave us a really, really sweet review that made our day. And we're just so grateful that we have listeners who A, listen, and B, reach out and tell us they're listening, because it really means a lot to know that people are on the other end of these microphones and that they're enjoying it. You know, it really means a lot to us. So we're so glad you're enjoying it, and thank you for sharing that. It really made our day.
Yeah, that was such a pleasant, sweet surprise to see a new review. It's exciting. It's like so exciting. A rush. You're like, oh my god, a new person sharing their thoughts. So yeah, echoing everything Mary said, we really appreciate it. It makes it really fun too. Like, it's fun anyway for us to just talk to each other because we do it. We do it like just all the time, regardless. But to know people listen, it's great. It's awesome. So thank you, Cheryl Lindy. Thank you, everyone, to listening. If you want to leave us an iTunes review, like Cheryl Lindy did, you can do so. Preferably if it's 5 stars.
Yes.
You can also connect with us on Twitter. We are at WAH Dawson Cries, WAH Dawson Cries. We like to chit-chat over social media about the show, just like we do on the pod. So feel free to reach out if you use that platform. And thanks so much for listening, and thanks for sticking in there for, this is now our longest episode.
Oh my god!
On the record.
Hope will be happy. Woo woo.
Who? Hope. Oh, Hope, yeah. That's true. Yeah, Hope, this one's for you.
Bye, listeners.
Bye.